Welcome back to another video. This is the last video in our TSI math prep sequence, and in this video we're going to be talking about the geometry part of the TSI math test. Okay, now the geometry part deals a lot with formulas, and a lot of the formulas you have to know them by heart, and then some of the formulas they will give you. Okay, so I want to talk about the ones that you need to learn and make sure you know how to use them. Once you know the formula, the rest is just plugging and chugging in the formula. All right, now two of the main things that you have to know how to measure is area and perimeter. Okay, so what is area and perimeter? Perimeter is the continuous line forming the boundary of a closed geometric figure. So in other words, the perimeter is the measure around the outside of a shape. Okay, and then the area is the quantity that expresses the extent of a two-dimensional surface or shape in a plane. And so in other words, the area is the measure of the inside of a geometric figure, and the perimeter is the measure of the outside. I have a diagram right here that kind of shows you the difference. If you look at this rectangle, the blue part is the area, and the orange line going around the outside, this is a rectangle, is the perimeter. All right, so you need to be able to know the difference between those two. Area is a measure of the inside, perimeter is a measure of the outside. All right, now there are certain formulas that you have to know or that you need to learn and commit to memory, and so let me show you those formulas. All right, so there are some common area formulas. So you need to know the area of a rectangle, a triangle, and a circle. The area of a rectangle is found by taking the length times the width. As you can see in this chart right here, A is equal to L times W, where L is the length and W is the width. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And then the area of a circle is pi r squared, where pi is approximately 3.14 and r is the radius of the circle. Those are standard formulas that you need to commit to memory. All right, and then let's jump and look at the standard perimeter formulas. All right, and then for those same shapes, you also want to know the perimeter for those. So the perimeter of a rectangle is going to be 2L plus 2W, again, where L is the length and W is the width. And then the perimeter of a triangle is just going to be the length of all the sides added together. So on here I have it listed as A plus B plus C, where A, B, and C are the lengths of each side. And then the perimeter of a circle, we actually call that the circumference. It has a different name, but that's the measure of the outside of the circle, and that's found by doing 2 pi r. Again, pi is approximately 3.14, and r is the radius, which is half the distance of the diameter. All right, so these are standard formulas that you want to commit to memory, because from my experience with the TSI, they don't give you these formulas, but anything outside of these, they typically give you those formulas. Okay, I can't promise you, but based on my experience and what I've seen, that has been held true. Okay, so let's look at some examples. For this first example, we want to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle with length 12 and width 5. So if it helps, I recommend that you go ahead and draw a picture for the figure, especially if they don't give it to you. So here's a rectangle. The length is the longer side, so it will be 12, and the width is the shorter side, which is 5. Now, first of all, you want to find the area, and remember the formula for area is L times W. So in this case, your area will be 12 times 5, which is 60. So the area will be 60, and depending on whatever units that is, it'll be units squared. So if it's inches, it'll be inches squared, and so forth. Now the perimeter, if you remember the formula for that, it is 2L plus 2W. So again, your L is 12, so it'll be 2 times 12, plus your width is 5, so 2 times 5. So 2 times 12 is 24, and 2 times 5 is 10, so 24 plus 10 is 34. So the area measures the inside, that's 60. The perimeter measures this outside right here, that will be 34 units. All right, so that is how you will find the area and perimeter of a rectangle. Let's look at another example. All right, on the second example, we want to find the circumference and area of a circle with the radius 7. So I'm just going to sketch a circle. All right, it's a pretty good circle, and the radius is the half of the distance of the diameter, and that measurement is 7. So my R is 7. Now, first of all, we want to find the circumference. So remember, the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So all we would do is plug that in the calculator. 2 times pi times 7, which ends up being 2 times 7 is 14. That ends up being 14 pi. Now, there is a calculator, a built-in calculator in the test when you take it. You won't be able to use an outside calculator. And I can't remember if it has a pi button, but if it has a pi button, like I'm using my phone, it has a pi button on it, then you would just do 14 times pi. But if it don't have a pi button, then you have to use the 3.14 value for pi. So that's something you also need to know, that pi is 3.14. So you will do 14 times 3.14. And so what I end up getting when I do 14 pi is 43.98. And I'm just going to round to 2 decimal places. The TSI is multiple choice. So the good thing about that is you will find the answer choice that best fits that answer. Okay. And then for the area is equal to pi r squared. And again, your r is 7. So you will square the 7, which is 49. And that'll be 49 times pi. So again, we would do either 49 times pi if there's a pi button, or you would do 49 times 3.14. And when I do this, I get 153 if I round it to 2 decimal places, 94. And since it is a multiple choice test, you will find the answer that best fits that answer, all right? So these are the formulas for the circumference and the area of a circle. After you know the formula, then the rest is just plugging in the information that's given to you and putting it in the calculator, all right? If you have any questions about this, don't hesitate to put them in the comments and I'll respond as soon as I can, okay? Let's look at one more example. Okay, in this last example, example 3, a triangle has a base of x plus 4 units and a height of x units. The area of the triangle is 30 square units. What is the value of x? So some of the problems on the TSI may be straightforward like the first 2. But some of them may be a little bit more involved, like this one, where it asks you something and at the base of it, you have to understand the geometric formulas, okay? So this one is gonna involve multiple math concepts, but in order to work this, you have to know those geometric formulas that we talked about earlier. So we have a triangle. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sketch a triangle. And then it tells me that the base is this part at the bottom, is x plus 4. And then it also tells me that the height, this is the height right here, the height is x, all right? And we know that the area of the triangle is 30, so the area is equal to 30. We want to figure out what is the value of x. So we have area, we have a triangle, so we have to use the formula for the area of a triangle, which is 1/2 base times height. Well, we also have all these values. We have this value for A, which is 30. We have this value for B, which is x plus 4. And then we have this value for H, which is x. And so what we end up here with is actually a quadratic equation. And let me show you why. First of all, we don't like fractions. Those are like the family members that we love, but we can't stand to be around. So when we see fractions, we get rid of them as soon as we can. And the way I get rid of 1 divided by 2 is I multiply both sides by 2. All right, and that's a 2. I'm multiplying by 2 so that those 2's can cancel. And 2 times 30 is 60. And so those 2's cancel and it leaves me with x plus 4 times x. Well, I want to get rid of this parentheses. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to distribute this x inside the parentheses. And that's going to give me x squared plus 4x. Well, now you can see, which we talked about earlier in the series, that anytime you have your highest exponent being a 2, you end up with what we call a quadratic equation. And you can solve quadratic equations multiple ways, but the first thing we want to do here is we want to get 0 on one side. So we're going to subtract the 60 from both sides. And that's going to give us 0 is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 60. One of the easiest ways to solve a quadratic equation is by factoring, and that's if you can factor. So I want to check to see if I can factor this. That means I want to take factors of negative 60 that add to 4. And off the top of my head, 10 times negative 6 is negative 60, and 10 plus negative 6 is positive 4. So my factors are x plus 10 and x minus 6. All right. So then that gives me, I take both of those factors and set them equal to 0. That gives me x plus 10 equal to 0. And it also gives me x minus 6 equal to 0. And then if I solve both of those for x, I get x is equal to negative 10. And I get x is equal to 6 if I add 6 to both sides. And so remember that x is equal to h over here. So x is the height. Well, since a height can't be negative, then I can rule out this first answer here of negative 10, which means x is equal to 6. So that means the height of this triangle is 6, which means the base of this triangle will be 6 plus 4, which is 10. But it only asks me for the value of x, so I don't have to go through and find out. The value of x for this question would be 6, all right? So this is a geometric question. It's just a little bit more involved. It involved a quadratic equation and it involved a geometric formula. But you had to know that formula in order to be able to solve this. If you notice, it did not give you the formula for the area of a triangle. So you gotta know that, all right? So I recommend that you practice learning the area of a triangle, rectangle, and the circle, and the perimeter of a triangle, rectangle, and a circle. Okay. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to reach out. I will try my best to help you. And this concludes the TSI Math Prep course. All right. So if you went through all of the videos and all of the practice problems, then you should be ready to go take the test. I've also put a practice test on there for you to go through. So I recommend you go through that as well. And I just thank you for watching. I wish you all the best. Have confidence in yourself and believe that when you go in there that you will succeed. All right. You got to have that confidence. And if you put in the work, it will definitely pay off. All right. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.